Well, new gloves. So how much do you? Anyway, let's get on with this. This is the Sunday service. So I've been in touch with the ASA this week, and I've had a couple of phone calls and a video chat, and in theory they agree with me about these motors being illegal. They're being missold, and the fact that you can easily adapt one to go 750 watts is something they're concerned about. So they've asked me to write a report and show any video evidence, which is easy enough for me to do because I've got this one and I've still got the Engway Engine X in the house because the guy that bought it still hasn't picked it up. So there's that. I've been up to that. I want to talk about Cyrusher and the most stupid design bike that anybody's ever come out with, really. Well, it probably isn't, but it's annoying me. And that's the Cyrusher Scout. So they've designed a bike that is dual motor, step through, but they've taken out the step through ability by sticking a big battery on the crossbar. Two 750 watt motors. Can't see it selling well in the UK, but it goes down on a list of a few things that have had, which are dumb ideas, which is a snowboard that you can't take on any slopes, that goes uphill very slowly, and you have to have a big battery in your rucksack. And then you've got a surfboard you can't take out surfing, that you can sort of ride round on lakes, whichever lakes will let you use them, I suppose, different in the UK to what it is in the US. But so they've designed a surfboard you can't go surfing with, a snowboard you can't go snowboarding with, and now the Cyrusher Scout, which, why would you design a step through and then stick a battery on the step through part? I don't know what they were thinking. They have these weird things that they invent that sort of go past the norm just to be different. And this Scout is probably the latest and not the last in a long line. And for your information, the dual battery, dual motor version, it looks like a motorbike or a moped, more so than any other bike I've seen, is £4,000. 40 amp hours. Why didn't they just put the battery on the back, on the rack, and then build a rack above it that you could put stuff on? It would look like the Ovia I'm about to extend the range on, and yet I still retain the step through. So there's that. That's winding me up this week. So what do you think? I'm going to actually put this down as a Cyrusher Scout review to pull in comments, because they're not out yet. They're all pre-sale if they ever release it, and I still think it's the dumbest idea. So what do you think? I find these dual motor battery bikes, dual battery bikes, useless in the UK. I've seen some really funny videos of people riding round with the dual motors running and going round bends, and just the power in the front motor's all wrong. They're not all like this. They're not all like this. Just, there's a fair few out there though. There's some good designs out there, but there's some really bad ones. The good designs will let you have lower power at the front, but everybody seems to want to go out online and show what their bike can do, and then end up slip sliding all over the place watching the front end slip out. Don't know why you want to drift an e-bike, but it's cold. So this brings me on to another of my favourite subjects, Ebike. And about 2 months after I put the range extender on mine, which was the rear battery, the rack battery, Ebike come out with a rack battery. I know they're watching me. I know they're watching me. I'm not paranoid or anything, but if you find out one day that I've been found and I've OD'd on fentanyl, it won't me. I don't like needles. So I've also been in touch with a friend of mine that's an MP, and he's interested in getting the resolve of the e-bike thing through Parliament, but he's also looking at battery fires at the same time. This is something he's interested in. So I pointed out the Cyrusher thing and the fact that they're trying to keep it hush-hush. I think I'm the only one mentioning it apart from on their forum, which is, like I said, it's a locked post now. You can go on there. I don't even know if it's still on there because I'm banned from their forum, which is a bit annoying because I like to be a noisy sod and I can't be bothered joining up again, so it's just a bit strange that they do this. Well, it's not strange, I know why they're doing it. So my favourite e-bike of the week is the Goat. We won't be getting it here. I'll put a link in the comments. I wish we were getting it here, but we won't be, which is a shame. Like any of the good stuff, we don't get it here. So that's my favourite e-bike of the week. But you can find a link in my YouTube channel in the About Me section to the Reform change org that I've got going on. I keep adding it onto the Facebook page. Thousands of followers. I think I'm up to, got to be over 20 people have signed it now. 20 in pretty much 6 or 7 months. I don't know how long it's been at. Keep mentioning it. You know, every little helps when it comes to this. You know, if you want to see change in the e-bike law, all you got to do is tick a box. It's nothing. It's nothing difficult. Just sign the box. The more signatures we get on that, the more change we can make. I mean, there's got to be at least 100 of these out there, and some have thousands of signatures on, but people don't want to make any effort. Got to get up to at least 10,000 signatures. If you want to see a change in e-bike law in the UK, you've got to do your bit. Instead of moaning about it, do something about it. It's nice to have been out for a ride today where nobody's trying to run me over or walk out in front of me. So this might be my first swear-free video that I've done in a while. I mentioned it's cold today. It's meant to be getting up to 12 or 13 degrees this afternoon. I'm trying to get out on that motorbike I've got, but so this brings me on to the next thing. And I want to have a chat about what's probably the best bike for you. And I'll give you into what mine is, but I want an e-bike that fits around me, not having to fit around an e-bike. That's probably why I never got on with the M20. It was just constantly trying to fit myself around that bike. It's a shame I never loved that bike. I put a lot of effort into it, but I just never loved it. It was just too many compromises for an e-bike. As with this, when it's working, it's just get on and pedal. I'm starting to think Cyrusher's like Alfa Romeo. That when it works, it's great, but there's always that time that it's not going to work. Anybody out there can mention to me any good reliable e-bikes, because I think that's going to be my next poll on the Facebook groups. E-bike reliability. Who comes top of the list? Oddly, seeing as it's full of Engwe owners, it's going to be Engwe, I should have thought. But bikes that you've looked at, I know I've got a couple of lanky lazy owners on my group, so what do you think? How reliable are lanky lazy? That's an interesting conversation in itself. What bikes have you seen lately that you think, oh, I wouldn't mind a bit of that? Anyway, that's it for this week. Next week there's going to be no Sunday service because I'm going to be leading the gutter somewhere with a hangover. So I'll see you all in the week after that. Have a nice weekend, everyone.